How is everybody doing today? My name is Master Zero, and in today's video, we are going to be reacting to The Lady in the Haunted Cabin by Snarled. Alright, so shout out to Donald Quack. I really love your name, by the way. I don't know if I ever told you that in a comment or not, but perfect name. But anyway, he kept giving me a lot of suggestions, and I feel really bad because I haven't gotten to you yet, but I'm trying to go down the list best way I can. But this just recently, actually, my last video, he wanted me to react to more Snarled, and I was like, I am 100% on board to be scared again, so let's do this. And I told him, let me hear some of your suggestions. And he said, the cabin in the woods one gave him chills, as well as the mysterious salesman. And I love like haunted stuff, like haunted graveyards, haunted houses, stuff like that. It like really creeps me out, especially like a confined space like a cabin. It really creeps me out. And so I picked that one over the salesman one. I will probably do the salesman one in the near future, but for now we are doing The Lady in the Haunted Cabin by Snarled, so let's jump right into it.
Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
I'm starting to get immune to that.
Before we head into our next chapter, make sure you subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications.
Already did.
This next story comes from Anastasia in Colorado.
I love that name.
Who vacationed in a haunted cabin in the woods.
Oh.
It was 2010, and Anastasia was 7 years old. One day, her father told the family about a lovely cabin in the mountains of Colorado, which his friend rented out year-round.
Oh, okay. I was like, how did you know about the cabin?
Major roads and tucked away in a grove. There was a rushing river and a waterfall.
That sounds amazing.
He wanted to visit in the wintertime, and her mother thought it was a great idea too, and so they planned a short vacation at the cabin.
No point in the waterfall.
When they first arrived, Anastasia had a strange feeling about the house. Something just felt wrong. Like the feeling you have when you walk into the wrong room and then you realize you walked in on something you didn't want to see. Anastasia first noticed the fireplace in the lounge. Above it was a creepy portrait of someone with piercing blue eyes.
No, thank you. That looked
very
purple.
Important. She shook the feeling off, telling herself that the whole haunted cabin story was just a cliche and nothing more.
Wait, so you knew it was haunted?
Was the bedroom she and her sister would share. It had two bunk beds right next to one another, the ladders across from each other. The ladders were extremely heavy, so their mom tightly secured them so they wouldn't wobble. The only other rooms upstairs were the bathroom and the balcony. The bathroom also had a strange vibe to it, so Anastasia used the downstairs bathroom.
I don't know if you hear the weird music going on.
Off, which made her a little curious.
Why is it blocked off?
And as she and her sister got ready for bed, Anastasia's bad feeling about the cabin got much worse. She went downstairs to find a different room to sleep in, leaving her sister alone.
That is a messed up idea.
Anastasia decided to sleep with her mother in one of the extra bedrooms. It was the only bedroom that felt different from the rest of the house. No weird vibes or energy. She felt like she could fall asleep there. There was a scrapbook on the bedside table, and her mom picked it up and flipped through it. There were photos of the property before the cabin was built, along with progress photos of the construction. They made this entire place by hand, she mentioned, in awe. Although Anastasia wondered why she had a worried look on her face.
Yeah, me too.
Anastasia was able to sleep comfortably through the night with no strange
Even after that, oh, my mom's worried, time to go night-night.
She and her mom walked into the kitchen to make breakfast and paused. Every single cabinet in the kitchen was open about 45 degrees. There was shattered glass all over the floor, and yet none of the windows or doors were broken. The glass had seemingly come from nowhere. The snow flurried outside.
Okay, now time's starting to get freak out.
What happened last night? They decided to sweep up the glass and close all the cabinets and forget about it. Although Anastasia noticed her mom had that same worried look as the night before. Later that night, Anastasia and her mom were getting ready for bed when her mom told her about what happened earlier that day. Her dad was telling her mom and sister to go check out the river because it was beautiful. They walked outside, and her mom was about 2 feet from the edge of the river. It was roaring violently.
Something's gonna happen.
Suddenly, she felt a push on her back and stumbled forward.
Oh my.
She fell onto the ground and clung onto the grass so she wouldn't be swept away in the current.
Thought they were in there in winter.
Brushed the frost off and yelled, "Why did you do that?" But when she turned around,
no one was there.
No one was behind her. Anastasia's father and sister were already back in the cabin. Anastasia could see the same worry in her mother's eyes as she told her this story. They woke up the next morning to another strange discovery.
So the next morning?
There were peculiar white marks all along the floor.
I do not like that picture.
Someone had tracked in white paint. They began in the middle of the kitchen
I was expecting
and
snow.
Ended at the fireplace.
She did say winter, right?
How did that get in here? Later that day, Anastasia's sister tried to convince her to sleep in the bunk bed room with her. Anastasia continued to refuse, but to make her sister feel better, she told her that she'd come play with her before bedtime. Her sister was standing at the foot of the bunk bed ladder, and Anastasia was telling her something while climbing it. That's when the ladder began to move. Her sister wasn't touching it. She was halfway up when the ladder had straightened all on its own before falling backwards. Anastasia was thrust into the other ladder and her arm was crushed under the weight.
Oh, why? With the sound effect.
They drove to the nearest doctor, which wasn't for a few miles.
Right in my ear.
As it turned out, the ladder had chipped away a part of Anastasia's arm bone, and it was now broken. They all returned to the cabin and decided to cut the vacation short and leave first thing in the morning.
Now!
Mom went into the hot tub outside to de-stress, and Anastasia sat on the edge to dip her feet while they talked. A long silence passed, and Anastasia noticed her mom staring out at the edge of the river. There, she saw a young lady with long brown hair wearing a green striped shirt.
It's not too creepy.
She'd never seen her before.
Hi.
She walked around the side of the house, and Anastasia got up and followed her. But when she reached the corner, no one was there. They left the next morning and never returned. It wasn't until 6 years later that she was told the full story by her dad's friend, the owner of the cabin. There was a mother of 4 who lived in that house with her husband. She suffered from depression her entire life and attempted suicide many times. Once, by drowning herself in the upstairs bathtub. Another time, by burning in the fireplace.
Oh my God.
And every time, her husband was able to stop her. Eventually, she became fed up with him and killed him and threw his body into the river.
Why?
Racked with grief and self-hatred, she hung herself from the balcony.
Oh.
How do you know all this? Anastasia asked her dad's friend. I saw it. She was my mother.
Want to wear something scary? Head over to store.snarled.com and get a Snarled or Something Scary hoodie for a limited time.
Thanks to Anastasia from Colorado for sharing this experience with us.
That's just how it is.
This story is a reminder that our mental health is important.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
If you ever find yourself having suicidal thoughts and need to talk to someone, call this number.
Oh yes, definitely putting that on
them. If it gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and our sister channels, Hissy Fit and Slay Tricks. If you or anyone you know have any unique paranormal experiences, send me an email at somethingscary@snarled.com, and I might animate your story. Even if it doesn't fit in with the current theme, it might fit one in the future. And if your story doesn't make it into an episode, tune into my weekly live stream every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I might read it live. If you dare, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Awesome.
Until next time, sweet dreams.
Aw, I messed that all kinds up. But oh goodness, it was because it was creepy. Just that last sentence is like, because I saw it, she was my mother. That's when I was like, oh, but I couldn't react because they went straight to selling their merch. But oh my God, that was creepy. That was so creepy. And I really love these because it's like, you have no idea, like you start questioning, like, is it real or is it just a story? Like, I'm pretty sure it's just a story, but it makes your imagination run wild with it. But that on a very serious note, yes, I'm so glad she added that to her video. How like suicide is not the answer at all. Like depression it sucks. It's probably like up with cancer and stuff like that. It's like, it's really, really bad. So if you have suicidal thoughts or anything, like, please call that number. Please, it'll save lives. But back to the video. It was very, very creepy. I loved it. And like I said, I'm pretty sure in the past Snarled videos. I love the like realism of it. Like it could totally be real. It's not like Hollywood blah, 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 stuff going on, but it's actually like it could happen. Like you never know, and that's why I love questioning it, because I'm like, I know it's just a story, but is it though? But I'm losing my voice. But anyway, that was a very, very interesting episode. I really liked that. Donald Quack, I believe your name. Very good job. I love this. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like down below because it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos like this one. So with that said, I have been Master Zero. Y'all guys have been fantastic, and I will see y'all in the next episode. Later days.